Welcome to the Town of Redington Shores Board of Commissioners meeting, regular meeting. Today is Wednesday, September 12th, 2018, 6 p.m. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Here.
Commissioner Neal?
Here.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Here.
Mayor Henderson?
Here.
Attorney Day?
All right. I'm going to need a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting August 8th, 2018, and workshop meeting August 29th, 2018.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the regular meeting August 8, 2018, workshop meeting August 29, 2018.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion, corrections? Anything? Hearing none, Mary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes. I'm going to need a ratification for the bills, ratified bills for August and September 2018.
I'll make a motion to ratify the bills for August and September 2018.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Mary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes. Okay, moving on to commissioner reports. Well, you know the main thing on everyone's mind is red tide. So, it's here. We thought it wouldn't be, but it's here. We had a significant fish kill wash onshore this week, but as soon as it arrived, the town and the county worked together to clean it up ASAP. A special thank you to Steve George and Brad Kelly for their extra hard work this week. Steve drove the tractor with the rake up and down the beach countless times to gather and dispose of the fish. The county came to our rescue by bringing in at least 25 workers with rakes, dumpsters, the whole 9 yards. So I really want to thank Kelly Levy with Pinellas County Emergency Management. She was phenomenal. She was a champion for all the beach communities, not just us, but she really went above and beyond, and she's a great communicator. So I assure you, we're going to continue to work diligently to keep our beaches fish-free as possible. I'm going to send out an update. I plan to do it by the end of the week because I have a conference call with the county on Friday. So I will send out something probably Friday evening or so. And you can always check Facebook, website, call Nikki, and ask her what's going on. But we're trying to keep you definitely informed. And as we work through this event, please say a prayer for those in the path of Florence. Remember last year at this time, we still didn't have power and we were dealing with the aftermath of that monster. So I, for one, am happy to be dealing with dead fish instead of a hurricane. Also, I know I mentioned before that the town is going to be getting rid of the constant contact. We're going to begin the transition to the new alert system, which we're going to be using through the county, and that is Alert Pinellas. And you can actually go to the county website, scroll down, and you can see Alert Pinellas, click on it, and it asks you your address, everything you need, when you want to be notified, when you don't want to be notified, what kind of notifications you want, if you only want, to hear about emergencies, or if you want to hear about going wrong within the town. It's much more user-friendly, and it just encompasses so much more than what we used to use. So I'm really excited about doing that. And I'm going to be sending out something hopefully next week because I think Everbridge has given us the commitment that they'll have it in so that I can pass it along to you guys. Undergrounding update. Well, I met with the contractor today and also spoke with Duke. And as you may have guessed, because of Hurricane Florence, they have to send every available worker to help those in need. So needless to say, I cannot give you a start date for undergrounding because it's a beautification process, not just life or power for other people. So unfortunately, I don't know when, and I don't know. It's such an unknown right now as to what Florence is going to do. So just be patient with us. We're trying, that's for sure. And Chief Burford, I would love for you to come and speak about the fire.
Sure. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Heather Burford, City of Seminole Fire Rescue Department Fire Chief. Pleased to be here tonight. And as you said, Mayor, nice that we're here in this status and not dealing with the hurricane ourselves. So I'm here to report on the August call volume in your community from the fire department, and this is both the combination of all the calls that were handled by Seminole, Madeira Beach, and anybody else like Pinellas Suncoast as well. So we break our reports down into fire responses and emergency medical responses. On the fire side of things, non-emergency fire calls, there were none. There were no non-emergency fire calls for the month of August. There were 5 emergency fire responses, mostly fire alarms and special incidents calls, nothing of significance. On the medical side of things, we had 5 non-emergency EMS calls for a response time of 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Just a reminder that we're by contract 90% of the time required to be at that location during that call in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And then there were 18 emergency medical calls for a time of 4 minutes and 41 seconds average. And that involved a number of routine medical calls, 1 trauma alert, and there were 2 major incidents that involved water rescue. I will tell you that up and down Gulf Boulevard, we've experienced a higher than usual number of responses to the water rescues that often result in medical calls, mostly because of these storms that have kicked up in the past couple of weeks for 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and people get trapped out in the water and need our assistance. And often that actually generates medical incidents as well. Very quickly, I would like to say that we did some research this afternoon to see if there were any calls that were obviously identified being related to the red tide situation. As you're aware, the red tide pollen and debris that can come off of these flows can cause respiratory problems. And I can say that we went back to September 2nd. That's kind of the beginning of when it started in this area. And we have no reported incidents directly related to red tide that we know of. No responses for any difficulty breathing calls or medical calls related to the red tide. So that's a good thing, and we'll continue to watch that going forward for the rest of the week. The county, as the mayor has said, the county has been phenomenal in their information, and an email that we got late this afternoon talks to the citizens about their ability to report what they see as well. And if citizens do want to contact the county directly, they can do that at the following number, 727-464-4425, and that's Pinellas County Environmental Management, or they can email the county at watershed@pinellascounty.org, pinellascounty.org, all one word. You can also use their C-Click Fix app, if you're familiar with that. There's an app that the county has called C-Click Fix. You can tap that app and you can report any kind of an issue with red tide as well, if you want to kind of keep in that database, which is really helpful for their work. So that is the end of my report, unless you folks had any questions for me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I had one other item that I needed to let everyone know about. Chief Hughes, our chief of police, has put in his letter of retirement. Because of his physical condition, his health reasons, he feels his retirement is best for himself, his family, and for the towns, the police department. So, we're gonna miss him, but I understand completely. He's had some issues that he needs to take care of himself first. And that is all I have this evening. So, on to you, Vice Mayor Capper.
Okay, as far as building department, as of August 31st, we had 103 new permits issued, 49 buildings, 20 electrical, 23 mechanical, and 11 plumbing, 0 new construction. We total of $15,509.78 collected for permit fees, $620 collected for late fees. And also, I'd like to thank our new deputy clerk, Nikki, for putting this report together for us. Thank you. Also, I'd like to bring up we've got a couple bids here for our tree trimming. We have Primescape, and this is apples for apples, $2,569. We've got Pinellas Tree Service at $4,500. So I'd like to have a motion to approve Primescape.
I'll make a motion to approve Primescape for tree services.
A second?
Motion and a second, any discussion? I just had, which trees are you talking about exactly?
All of our palm trees in the
In the front and
county
everywhere?
park also, yeah.
So the
The county park, I thought was done.
Yeah, the county park's done.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Ratified that last.
Okay.
This is islands.
And
our
Del Bello,
parks
and, okay, okay.
Okay.
That's all. So I have a motion and a second. Anybody else have anything to add? Mayor, please call roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes. Okay, Commissioner Neal, what do you have to report?
Okay, I spent some time with the sewer, the people who run the sewer meters and keep them calibrated and everything. That was a very interesting 45 minutes that I spent with them gentlemen. They have the metering system that we have, because everybody knows that we're paying a lot for disposal of our sewage waste. And that comes to about $4.30 a gallon. Mary and I just was looking at that this morning. I can't believe that costs more than gas. We just got a credit, and every time they run into a problem with the meter, it shows up at the master computer where they take the readings from. It's very neat because, I mean, if it's skewed a little bit, it shows up on the computer. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, they got this thing wired down to where I can ask them how much sewage went through this meter at 12 o'clock last night between 12 and 12:05. And they can tell me exactly how many gallons went through it at that time. So we have a couple of issues with it, but every time we have an issue now, Ken Gorgon with the county, he calls me and lets me know. So I feel like that we're really going to get this thing capped off pretty soon, and it's going to be really, really good. We got a credit on this month's bill, and we still have some credits coming for past months. So the readouts and everything, I don't think we need to buy an extra meter right now at this point, because I think we're okay. We still have a credit coming from May the 22nd to July the 2nd. That's in writing with the meter company.
And I did verify for you today that credit we had was just for August.
That's correct. I want Steve Jordan, every day, every morning at 6 o'clock, he goes over there and writes down the readings on the meters, and we use that to keep track of things and look at it. And the bill monitoring, of course, Chris Henderson, he's all over that. He's going to let us know how much money we're paying every month, which is good. So we have a system of checks and balances in place. I want to thank Ken Gorgeson again. I mean, the constant communication, and ever since I've met him, it's been great. I mean, I can call him, he'll call me, and we know exactly what we're doing. And that's all for the sewers. Well, no, it's not. I got the 176th Avenue the construction was supposed to start commencing for the lining. The guy Miller Pipeline ran into manpower problems, but any day now, the trucks are going to start showing up on 176, our area where we live, District 2. Once they come in, they're going to work until they're finished. And that's going to save us a significant amount of money and our infiltration of the rainwater into our system. That concludes the sewer. And I heard a rumor this week. I don't know if it's true or not, but after 4 months, we might get some benches for the Veterans Park. They were supposed to be delivered 8 weeks ago. So I'm keep my eye on that one. I think they were going to wait for the shade trees to get all grown up to where they would all be nice and shady before they put them in.
Now they'll have another excuse. Florence is in the way.
Yeah. We already have the plaque to put in on the boulder, so won't be long, we're gonna have a little dedication ceremony there. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Neal. Commissioner Robinson.
I have a question for Commissioner Neal on the sewer and on the metering of the sewage that's going out to the county. I didn't quite understand from your report. Is that metering still fluctuating, or is the meter operating properly now?
The meter-
And are we going to be getting some information on what the steady state of outgoing sewage is as compared to incoming water?
The only way we're gonna see this is after we get our pipes relined. The only thing we can do is go back to averages.
Yeah.
Monthly averages when it don't rain versus when it rains. That's the only way that we can have any idea how much rainwater is getting into the sewer.
Okay. Yeah, all right, so two issues. One's the rainwater, I understand that, we're not going to know that, but I'm still not quite sure from your report whether or not the metering issue has been resolved, or whether the calls that he's making to you are because there's still some,
I feel comfortable in saying that we have the meter issues under control.
okay, thank you. Thanks for that clarification, really
All right.
appreciate it.
It's a lot involved in this.
Yeah, I understand that. We've already talked a bit about Hurricane Florence, and our thoughts and prayers are obviously with the people that are in its path. That and the fact that it's the 1-year anniversary of Irma is a stark reminder about the importance of everyone preparing ahead of a storm, not when you know that there's a storm coming, but long ahead of that. And right now, if you're not prepared, is a time to do that. In fact, this is National Preparedness Month. For us, it happens to be for hurricanes and floods out west. It's for fires and earthquakes. There is a lot of wonderful information on our website, and links to other websites with a lot of valuable information. The table out in our lobby has just a great deal of brochures and pamphlets and information that's helpful as well. I'd encourage everybody in town to take hurricane preparedness serious and think about it now, not when there is a problem. Secondly, I'd like to mention that we've all talked about in the past about the fact that FEMA is in the process of establishing new flood insurance rate maps. Residents can learn more about their flood rate zone by attending one of 4 open house meetings that are going to be held in Pinellas County between September 25th and 27th. You can find out what your flood zone is on the new flood insurance rate map. Those will be available at those meetings. Specialists will be present at those meetings as well to answer questions about the flood risk, flood insurance, appeals, mitigation, and engineering as well. There's going to be a lot more information on this coming out in the next couple of days, which we will post on our website. But I'd like to mention where those open houses are going to be held. On the 26th of September from 6 to 9 in Clearwater at the Countryside Recreation Center. The 25th of September at the YMCA Community Center in St. Petersburg. And probably for our residents, the most important ones and the closest ones for us are going to be held on September 27th, 2 sessions, one from 10 to 1 in the morning, and the second from 6 to 9 at the Seminole Recreation Center on 113th Street North in Seminole. So again, I'd encourage everybody to pay attention to our website. We'll get some information published in the media as well. If you have any concerns about your floodplain zone that you're in, or flood rates, or your insurance, this would be a good session for you to attend. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Robinson. Moving on to old business, code enforcement services. That's you.
Okay, I've had a lot of conversations in the last few days with Captain Michael Einer with Pinellas County Sheriff's Department. We were trying to negotiate a deal with them to take over our code enforcement for the town, working maybe 6 hours a week, and we're close to getting that taken care of. It has to go through the sheriff yet. The sheriff has to review everything. So we need to table what we were going to do tonight and table it till either the workshop meeting or the next general meeting, so we can get we need to get the offer in place as it's going to sit, so we can actually read what we're contracting. Good?
All right, on to new business. We need to ratify a merit increase for Brad Kelly, I believe, Commissioner, Vice Mayor Capper.
I'd like to make a motion to approve a 3% increase for a merit increase for Brad Kelly.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, any discussion? Mary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes. Also, we have a resolution 0618 for,
Let me read it.
yes, please, that'd be great.
A resolution of the town of Redmond Shores in support of and authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Tampa Bay Regional Resiliency Coalition.
That's something, and I believe Commissioner Robinson actually can just throw a little bit of insight into what
Yes,
it really means.
thank you, Mayor. I was at the Big C meeting along with you where this was discussed. The purpose of this resolution is really to express our intent and commitment to work together on issues related to sea level rise. And I'll read the last section, which clearly states that. The coalition members each joined the Tampa Bay Regional Resiliency Coalition as an expression of their intent and commitment to work together on a regional level to identify and address the effects of sea level rise. But by joining this coalition, the coalition members do not hereby commit local resources or staff and acknowledge that the governing body of each coalition member retains that power and authority. So this is an expression of our desire to work collectively in the region on sea level rise issues that would affect us all. So I would make a motion in support of resolution, House Resolution 06-18.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Mary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes. Okay, we need to approve the appointment to Forward Pinellas, and I think Commissioner Robinson is also going to do that. You were at that meeting with me.
Yes, again, at the Big C meeting, there was discussion about this. We do have a representative from the Big C who is on that organization now, Mayor Cookie Kennedy, who's represented the beach communities. They've asked for in the process is that each community must nominate or recommend a candidate for that. If they have someone that they would like to nominate, that then goes back to Big C. Big C will then vote. So I would make a motion that we support Mayor Cookie Kennedy to continue representing our interests on the Metropolitan Planning Organization,
Forward Pinellas.
the Pinellas County Planning Council.
Second that.
Yeah,
Now call Forward Pinellas, yeah,
And
okay.
they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Henderson?
Yes. Okay, now I'd like to open the meeting to public comments. Anybody, we don't have a lot of people here. Anybody want to talk? Okay. All right.
That's a good thing.
Special meeting Thursday, September 18, 2018 at 5:15 PM. This will be approving the final fiscal year 18-19 millage and budget.
That would be Tuesday.
That's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, you're right, it is Tuesday. And the workshop meeting Wednesday, September 26, 2018, 6 PM. Regular meeting is Wednesday, October 10th, 2018, 6 PM. And that's all we have this evening. We're adjourned. Thank you.